I leave you with peace, love, light, and you have all the power in the world. All the power in the world. Let's walk. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and comment on the content if it helps. NHTLM. Narcs say they love me. Narcs hate they love me. Let's walk. Narcs hate they love me. I'm Narcs hate they love me. I'm NarcHateTheyLoveMe on Instagram. Narcs hate they love me at gmail.com for culture purposes only. Let's listen to the old Leon here. Yeah, I never call on a nigga like Leon in my life for nothing. But Leon here is a self-aware narc, I believe. And I'm gonna break this down for the empaths. Let's listen to this audio here. And just bear with me. I'm gonna pause it and I'm gonna put I'm gonna tell you what you need to know, because I'm your #1 source for narc snitching. Yeah, I'm Narcs hate they love me. So let's go. I get so excited telling y'all the game. Y'all just don't know. I put so much fuel up y'all asses. I mean, I'm gonna bring a lot of insight here, real talk. Listen,
we talk about love bombing, but it's not just like one thing with love bombing. There's 5 different things that I know about to love bombing. First stage is listening. A lot of times women that are coming out of a relationship or haven't been in a relationship in a long time, they want somebody to listen to them. They want clarity. They want to understand it. They want to get their word out. They want to, speak their piece. And so listening, eye contact, reciprocity, that's different between taking turns talking and communicating. So communicating, having a great flow, makes her feel good. I did these things because I was very malicious. I was very whorish and very promiscuous. So being very whorish and very promiscuous, I was able to talk to and listen to and communicate with Latin women, Asian women, black women, white women, you name it. I was well versed in that because
So basically, he targeted everybody based off of a weakness. The weakness is that we have women that are looking to be validated. Okay, that's all he's saying. They're looking to be validated. They want somebody to listen. All right, they want somebody to listen.
I was in the military. I'm not saying all military men are like me. They're not.
He said he was in the military. Let me tell you guys about military and narcs. You better go Google it after I tell you. Military with narcs, especially narcissistic men, look, they not shit outside of the military. They not outside of the military, I'm sorry, in the military. But when they step outside of the military and they've been in the military, then people look at them a little bit differently, right? They got these guns, they got these big muscles. Overt narcs tend to be male, so they have these big muscles. Military is about control, authority. So when they step outside of the military and not being shit, when they step inside of society, just everyday basis, daily basis, this society, then they feel like they're the shit. They've been working on these planes, they've been carrying these guns, they've been lifting these weights, doing these push-ups. All right, so hey, this gives them a form of some self-identity. All right, let's keep going.
I said all military women like me. They're not. This is who I was. So I use that to my advantage, being worldly and having knowledge. So the eye contact, listening, giving that reciprocity, feeding into her, complimenting her. So, yeah, you know what? Wow, that makes sense. Yeah, okay, yeah, I understand, right. Never heard that before. Things like that. So it's a listening stage. And then when you start listening, she's comfortable. You guys have great rapport. Her guard is
down. Okay, her guard is down. You're mirroring. You're going along with exactly what she says. That's mirroring in order to idealize her, to set her up for a love bomb. That's all you're saying. That's what happens in the love bomb phase. This is the first phase of narcissism. Guys, go back and look at the first video. Don't get it twisted. And then hashtag love bomb. Mirror, you like that? I like that. You think this makes sense? I think that makes perfect sense. That's mirroring. That's all he's saying in this video. I mirrored to allow her to let her guard down so that I can continue to idealize her, set her up on a pedestal, make her feel like God, make her feel like, what she's saying is the gospel in order to love bomb her. Here we go. We're just gonna set up a trauma.
You start to love bomb. Love bombing is what I would do based on what she wasn't getting. Holding hands more, hugging, cuddling. Even though I like to hold hands, I didn't like to hug.
Feeding off of her weaknesses. Feeding off of her weaknesses is what he was doing. That's what they always do.
Cuddle. I would study those things. I would know how to do it. I kept my hands soft because she would like that. And so the love bombing is doing the things that she wasn't getting. The listening, the touching, the holding, the showing up on time, the keeping my word, the love bombing, making great plans, even if it's for being spontaneous, like a quick breakfast, a quick lunch or something like that. So love bombing is the listening and then the love bombing. And then you start to leave a little bit. And you start to pull back a little bit. So that's the disappearing, not just ghosting, but...
So you start to lead a little bit, then you start to pull back a little bit. You start to lead a little bit, then you start to pull back a little bit. Then you start to lead a little bit, then you start to pull back a little bit. I keep saying it over and over again to let you guys know that's how the bond is created that we call the trauma bond. Because they pushing and pulling you. You're in and you're out. See, you come in this thing as a empath, right? Or a person that's chemically balanced while they're imbalanced. How do they know to do what they do? Because it's been done to them before. Somebody has picked them up, lifted them up so high, and then dropped them. That's the same thing. Leading them on, pulling out. Leading them on, pulling out. Lifting them up, dropping them down. Lifting them up, dropping them down. I'm pushing and I'm pulling. I'm in and I'm out. This is a trauma bond here. You're coming in chemically imbalanced. They don't have those chemicals that's balanced. So once they do that to you, you start to feel just like them. Irrelevant.
And then coming back around with this sob story, and then we're coming back around with something
that's a trauma bond.
Like a sandwich or some flowers or some candy or some socks or some earrings. So you listen.
I can ghost you and then come back and give you something on the utmost. Yeah, I can come back and just woo you as if I've been here the whole time. Y'all listen to this guy.
Then you love bomb, then you disappear and you come back with the sob story. And then you taunt them. So taunting leads into the breadcrumbing. It's not separate, but taunting leads into the breadcrumbs. So you come back and you give a little bit at a time, little bit at a time, little bit at a time, and now she starts to want that more and more. Now I instead of me being Leon, I become the drug to her because I listen, I love.
Narcissistic personality disorder is equivalent to being addicted to heroin. Narcissistic personality disorder is equivalent to being addicted to heroin. Okay?
Bomb, I disappeared, I ghosted, I came back, and now I'm doing the taunting with the breadcrumb, giving her a little bit of what I was giving her in the beginning, just a little bit more, just a little bit less, just enough to keep her on edge and enough for her to keep wanting it and not really wanting anybody else. And then the narcissistic people, they relish in what they're doing. They admire their work. It's just that simple. And it starts all.
They admire their work. He said they admire their work. It's just that simple. Why do they admire their work? I'm NHTLM. Why do they admire their work? Because this makes them feel like they have power over you. They have control over you. Because you're going to question from the love bomb to the devalue. Well, what happened to the breakfast lunches that you were taking me out on? What about our conversation last night that we had? It was good-hearted conversation, this long drawn out conversation, and we connected on this level and that level. Come on now, y'all.
5 levels of love bombing. It's not just one, there are 5. Oh, you have a great day.
I don't care nothing about what he say, talking about the 5 levels. This is what they do. They mirror you. Oh, you like that? I like that too. Oh, yeah, you think this about that? I agree. I agree. And then you get connected to them, right? You're in love with them. And they know they can't hold up their end of the bargain. As soon as you start to question, well, what happened to this? What happened to the ghosting and all this stuff he was talking about? What happened to this? What happened to that? In their minds, they feel like you hate them. You don't like them anymore. Now you have standards. This is what I've been talking about the whole time. This guy here is a self-aware narc, I believe. He didn't sugarcoat anything. He told you what they do. I done told you what they do as well. Yeah. So now that you have all these standards, they feel like your infatuation with them, this gives them a reason to dislike you, because they've had no plans into holding up the bargain. The love bond with the narcissist is like a down payment in a relationship. And after they feel like they've secured the supply, the contract has already been written. They don't owe you anything else. So they ghost. Then they come back and do something that idealizes you. Then they ghost. Then they do something that idealizes you. Then they ghost. Then they do something that idealizes you. Then they ghost. And you standing around in a fog of confusion wondering, what in the hell is going on? What's going on here? And they give you a little bit at a time. They call it breadcrumb, and they keep you holding on to string you along. And they targeted you in the first place. That's something my nigga Leon didn't say. Yeah, that's something he didn't say. But I'm going to tell you, they just string you along until they can secure more supply. Now, if they can succeed in securing another supply before you have the strength to leave, then they win. And I am NarcHateTheyLoveMe. NHTLM, y'all. I leave you with peace, love, light, and you have all the power in the world, all right? That's that. I'm breaking this all the way down. That's that. Peace, guys. Take care. Love you.